What's up, man? What's up, man? Okay, let me talk to y'all about something. Because I'm so tired of seeing the city come together, states come together after tragedies of hurricane and senseless police crime and black on black violence or white on black violence. I'm tired of violence being the only reason that we come together. Why we can't come together before this stuff happened? So in one of my books, I wrote about this thing called the miracle of tragedy. It always takes something bad to bring us together. So my theory is this is why so much bad stuff keep happening, because God naturally wants us unified. So if he sees that tragedy is the only thing that unifies his people, then this will continuously happen. So let me repeat that just in case somebody missed it. The reason we go through so much bad things in life and as a people is because it unifies us. God, in one of the scriptures it say, I pray that they are one as we are one. This was Jesus talking to his Father. He prayed that we are one. We are united. We are in covenant. We are one body as him and his Father are one. We have to get to that level and not wait till something bad happens for us to begin to come together. We should not wait for a Trayvon Martin situation or a Troy Davis situation or a Hurricane Irma, or David, or Floyd, or cricket politicians, or Donald Trump, and all this mess to bring us together before we can be one people. When 9/11 happened, it seemed like the color line was erased for a few years. Not just a day, but a few years the color line was erased. And then all of a sudden, we went back to our mentality. We forgot the unity. We forgot that we were one people. All of a sudden, you start seeing commercials come on TV after September 11th. Black people, I'm American. Native, I'm an American. White people, I'm American. Chinese people, I'm American. Everybody was American just for that point of time. But why does it take something tragic to happen for us to understand this? Why does it take something tragic to happen to us for us to value the blessings that we already been receiving continuously? I gave an example one time I was speaking that it was a man, he used to run track. He got into an accident and they prayed for him, and a couple weeks later he was able to run track again. Okay, now answer this question. Did God give him new legs or restore the same legs that he had? The same legs, right? Okay. Why did the man begin to appreciate his running ability after the tragedy? It's because you don't miss stuff until it's fully gone. You don't miss it until you no longer have it. You don't miss something until you no longer have it. A lot of times in life we take for granted the stuff that we have because we used to it. We done got comfortable with it. Like if your husband rub your back every day, it don't become special anymore because it's something he normally do. If you got a girl that don't cook and she end up cooking something, that thing is special. But guess what? What about the people who cook all the time? Is that not special anymore? It's because we become accustomed to it, become comfortable with it. But as soon as that thing is cut off from us, as soon as that thing is cut off, then what happens? What happens then? What happens when the thing is cut off? Sometimes God got to step in and cut that line of continuous miracles that we receive. Because breathing, living, walking, thinking, speaking, all these are continuous miracles that we receive every day. Because the minute they get cut off or restored, it's a miracle. But I come to tell you it's a miracle before the disconnection happened. I don't know if I'm reaching somebody or if y'all understand this, so I'm going to break it down just a little bit more. If somebody always give you an allowance of $20, rain, sleet, or snow, they always give you this $20. Pretty soon you'll become accustomed to it. It'll just be $20. But the minute they stop doing it for a while, and all of a sudden you don't see those 20s coming in like you used to see, then you'll begin to appreciate what you had before. People do not appreciate things like relationships. People treat you wonderful, there for you to do your hair, make sure you right, make sure you well, nurse you back to health, make sure you ate, make sure you got somebody to vent to about your hard day. Then you get rid of those people for someone else that doesn't provide those same things. Now all of a sudden you begin to miss those qualities in that person you got rid of. That's how life works. You only value things once it's gone. We need to shake that mentality and begin to value the stuff we have. Running water in our country is a blessing. It is a blessing. This is nothing. Everybody do not have this. But here in America, we take these things for granted simply because we're used to it. But do you remember during the storm when you couldn't drink the water? Do you remember when the water supply and they was telling you to fill your tubs up and all that? And the minute the water goes off, you get thirsty. The minute you can't use the restroom because of the toilets, you want to have to use the restroom. It's because you don't miss it until it's gone. Sometimes you got to remove yourself out of people's lives for them to value you as a person. I don't know who I'm talking to this morning, but some of y'all have been sitting around people who do not value you. Some of y'all have been sitting around in people's lives with people who take you for granted. And it is time for you to remove your services from their lives. Oh, that'll preach right there. But let me tell you something. We got to move ourselves out of that mindset and begin to thank God for the stuff that we have. We might have sickness in our body, but thank Him that we got a body and we're able to even deal with this stuff. Mentally, physically, we're able to deal with these things. We have to find the bright side of everything and realize that we don't have to wait till the miracle of tragedy happen. We don't got to wait till tragedy happen to thank God for our miracles. Every day, I heard a man complain about not having no shoes until I met a man who didn't have any feet. Now, and I know it was in a joking manner, but let me tell you that is profound because people will complain about stuff and not even looking on the bright side and seeing the things that they already have and being thankful for that. That is where we need to be. That's a kingdom mindset. A kingdom mindset is recognizing that we live in continuous glory, continuous miracles, continuous blessing. And it's not until those things are cut off that we even recognize the blessings that are in our lives. Y'all recognize the blessings y'all have this morning. Recognize that your family is alive and well, and even to the ones that passed on, you still have others, and you still have friendships and bonds, and you can get up and go to work with all good legs, and even if you're missing an arm or a leg, you still got the wheel to go on. See, you got to start just looking for the blessings in everything, because there is a blessing in everything. Don't wait till something bad happens for you to start thanking God for your miracles. Don't wait till your lights turn off and then you have to struggle to get them back on to then thank God. No, thank God while they're still on. And maybe you will not have to deal with your lights getting cut off. Sometimes some of the stuff we go through is simply because we don't value the things that we have when we have them. It takes us to not have a thing for a while in order to begin to appreciate it. I love y'all this morning. Oh yeah, I was looking at this thing with not Donald Trump, but George W. Bush Jr. He was doing this army conversation. He was having a conversation with a general, and the general was basically speaking on preemptive attacks. And a preemptive attack is you attack them before they attack you. So now you have to think to yourself, okay, now that's kind of strange to attack somebody before they attack you. Well, in your prayer life, you have to be like that. In war, I frown upon that. But in the prayer life, you have to be like that. Because you have to start attacking situations before they arise. You have to start putting some preemptive spiritual strategies out there before things arise. And you say to yourself, how do you know that things are arising? You can always peep the warning before destruction. God always sends us a warning before we get destroyed. He always sends us a warning. So as we begin to see stuff peek its head up, we have to begin to start putting a prayer out there. I don't care, especially if you see it in other people's lives. Stop being stingy with your glory. Stop being stingy with the prayer life that you have. Start praying for people. Stop always going to God for yourself. It's not about you, boo-boo, because some of the stuff you can pray off for other people probably can block it from coming to your life. But if we allow the devil to run rampant in our lives, in the lives of our friends, in the lives of our loved ones, we will always be caught up in the midst of the tragedy, in the midst of the miscommunications and the argument and the drama and all this mess. And all you could do is open your mouth and speak to the atmosphere. Speak to the atmosphere. Let's not wait. And I don't know if y'all caught the beginning, but it's called the miracle of tragedy. We cannot wait till hurricanes come and people get shot and black on black violence and police brutality and all that stuff to bring us together. God is a jealous God, and he's not jealous in the aspect of evil, but in the aspect of attention. He's jealous, meaning he loves us so much he wants our attention. Just like when we have crushes on girls and boys, we want their attention. It's no bigger crush than God has on us. He loves us more than regular love. It's called agape love. So he really wants our attention. So he's going to send anything our way to get our attention. And guess what? We do it every time. Soon as tragedy strike, soon as we can't pay a bill, soon as we going through something in our relationship, and God will mess up your relationship just to get you back in his face. It's nothing too hard. It's nothing he won't touch to get you back, because that's how important you is. You're that important to him that nothing or no one is worth you not being in his presence. So he will stop some of the stuff that you like to get you back to his face. Because let me tell you something, ain't nothing like breaking up with somebody that you love. But what I think will get you back in God's face so quick. Ain't nothing like losing a loved one. Man, that thing will get you back in God's face. Whole family be praying. People who ain't never prayed in their life be praying. People that don't even believe in God be like, y'all pray for us. How? You don't even believe in God. But let me tell you something. It's a miracle inside of tragedy. It's a miracle in tragedy. Every time something happened. But I want the people of God to start praying before. I want the people of God to pray and be in his face before these things happen, so that they do not have to occur as much. Because if we can get to the face of God before these problems arise, I really don't think these things will happen to us as hard and as much and as often. I think God will protect his, because we are already in his face and he has no reason to do anything to bring us closer to him. Because we are scribing every day to get closer to him. We are praying. We are reading our word. We are studying, not just reading, studying, and praying, but we are applying this to our life. God will be pleased. And we don't have to see all these police brutalities, all these hurricanes. There's like 9 hurricanes out there. Whole family of hurricanes. And you know why? It's because God's people ain't in the right place. God's people is not in the right place. We got to get right. We got to get right. He said correction is coming to the church first. Not the world, but to the church. It's because there's a lot going on out here. And we are waiting to tragic times to get together. I'm so tired of hearing that. Oh, we need to pray now. No, you've been needed to pray. Probably this wouldn't even be happening in our city. I don't know if I blessed anybody this morning, but I sure blessed myself. I love y'all, Paige, Tanika, Andrew, Keith. Love y'all, Brittany. You know I love you, cuz. Man, but I just need us to get out of this mindset and realize that we need to pray and be thankful for what we have before tragedy strikes. God bless y'all. I love y'all.